Hi everyone and welcome to this 10-day yoga challenge to kick off 2021 together. I'm Zabi. I'm really excited about this challenge. Probably a lot of us have it as a New Year's resolution to start off the year more active and build a routine around our exercise. So I really hope this is gonna help you. We have 10 days, 10 flows, roughly 30 minutes each. So we're going to be focusing on either a different part of the body or a different kind of movement each day. So I really hope you enjoy it. It's mostly going to be Vinyasa yoga, so please modify wherever you need it. Listen to your body. You know your body best. I'll try to offer modifications throughout to make it accessible for everyone. Today we're going to start with a fluid flow, so focusing on smooth and nice transitions, and I'd say let's get started. So we're going to start today's practice in Supta Baddha Konasana. So bring the soles of your feet together to touch, knees fall out to either side of the mat, and then we just find a comfortable position on our back. Hands fall wherever it's comfortable, maybe on your belly, maybe one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart. Maybe you reach your arms overhead and give yourself a nice stretch. Maybe you want to close your eyes or bring your gaze to the tip of your nose. And then start deepening your inhalations and exhalations. Drawing the awareness within, tuning into your body, focusing on your breath, on your practice. Maybe you want to offer up your practice to someone you love, someone who needs a little extra energy today. Maybe that someone is you, and you're grateful that you showed up on your mat today. Let's take a deep inhale all together through our nose, all the way to the top. Open your mouth and exhale, sigh it out. Once again, deep, full inhale through the nose. Feel the belly and the chest expand. Open your mouth and sigh it out. One more time, deep, full inhale all the way to the top. Open your mouth and exhale, let it go. Next inhale, draw your knees towards each other, hug your knees into your chest, give yourself a nice squeeze. Gently rock from side to side, massaging the spine, slowly blinking your eyes open if they were closed. And then we're going to slide our hands behind our knees and start rocking ourselves forwards and backwards. Gaining some momentum, using the core, and on your next rock forwards, cross at the ankles and step it back to a tabletop position. From here, we're actually going to send our weight right back into child's pose, getting a nice stretch through our back, really pressing into those hands. And then as you inhale, come all the way forward, dropping the hips, opening the heart, lengthening through the spine. Gaze comes up, and then exhale, reversing what we just did, sending the hips back, finding child's pose, once again. Inhale, shift your weight forward, rounding through the spine, dropping the hips, opening through the heart. Gaze comes up, your shoulder blades towards each other, and then exhale, sending it all back, sinking back into child's pose, getting a nice stretch through the back. And then inhale once again, shift your weight forward, drop the hips, opening up the heart, getting a nice stretch throughout the spine. Then exhale, sending it back into child's pose. Beautiful. Next inhale brings us back to a neutral tabletop. So shoulders over our wrists, hips over our knees. Toes are tucked for this one, really engaging through the core, pressing the ground away. So separate those shoulder blades. And we take an inhale and hover our knees off the ground, just 1 or 2 inches. Holding it here for 3, for 2, and exhale, send your hips back, downward facing dog. If this is your first down dog of the day, take a moment here to get comfortable and really settle in. So maybe you want to bend your knees, sway the hips, shake the head, whatever feels good to you right now. When you're ready, find some stillness in your dog. And on your next inhale, come high onto the balls of your feet, bend the knees, gaze between your hands. We tiptoe our way all the way forward to the top of our mat. Find a nice ragdoll here, so maybe grabbing opposite elbows, maybe bringing your hands behind your knees, behind your back, whatever feels good to you right now. Maybe bending into one knee, bending into the other, shifting the weight into the balls of our feet, releasing any tension in our lower back. Head and shoulders relax. Next inhale, we bring our fingertips towards the ground, chin to our chest, slight bend in both knees. We roll ourselves all the way up, vertebrae by vertebrae. Head and neck are the last thing to come up. As they do, we roll our shoulders up, back and down. Beautiful. Bring your hands to your heart. Feet can either stay hip-width distance apart or we heel toe them to touch. Let's take a deep inhale here. Sweep our hands high towards the sky. And then exhale, hands to your heart. Beautiful, yogis. So we're going to move through a couple of sun salutations to get warmed up and then move on into our flow. We have 2 rounds of flow. Yeah, let's get started right away. So inhale, hands sweep high towards the sky, palms come to touch. Exhale, hinging from the hips, we dive forward. Find a forward fold. Inhale to a flat back, gaze comes up. And then exhale, plant the hands, step it back into plank. We lower our knees, lower our chest, lower our chin, untuck the toes, ripple ourselves forward, and find cobra. Elbows draw back, glutes are engaged, pressing into the tops of our feet. Tuck the toes, send the hips back on the exhale. Find downward facing dog. Beautiful. Take an inhale here, come high onto the balls of our feet. Bend the knees, gaze between our hands, step or float forward. Inhale to a long spine, gaze comes up, and exhale we fold. Inhale, we bend the knees, sink the hips, find Utkatasana, our chair pose. Really wrapping those inner thighs towards each other. Hug your belly and your ribs in. Arms reach high towards the sky. Exhale, we fold forward. Inhale to a halfway lift. Gaze comes up, long spine. Exhale, we plant the hands. Step or float back, high to low, your vinyasa. Inhale to lengthen. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg reaches high towards the sky. Exhale, step your right foot forward, pressing down into our feet to float up, find a high lunge. Exhale, plant the hands, step it back, high to low, your vinyasa. Inhale to lengthen, up dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg towards the sky. Exhale, step it between your hands, pressing down to float up, find a high lunge. Exhale, plant the hands, step it back, high to low, your vinyasa. Either knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful yogis. Take a moment in your down dog to let the energy settle. Gonna move on into our flow right away. Bringing your intention, bringing your mind back to your intention. If you're not in downward facing dog already, slowly make your way back into it. And when you're ready, take an inhale, come high onto the balls of your feet. Now shift your toes over to the left, heels over to the right, bend into your knees, shift your hips towards your heels, get a nice stretch through the upper body. Inhale, come forward into a side plank. So left arm reaches across, left foot in front of the right. We exhale to lower our hips, left arm reaches back. Inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, we lower. Inhale to lengthen. Once more. Exhale, we lower. Inhale, we lengthen. Plant the left hand back to the mat. Pivot onto the balls of our feet. We send our hips back into downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg floats high towards the sky. Exhale, right knee to nose, tiger pose. Flex your right foot, step it between your hands. Lower your left knee to the ground. Left hand to the ground as your right arm reaches back, opening through the right shoulder. Either you stay here or you see if you can bend your left knee, maybe even grab your left foot with your right hand. Get a nice stretch here, really opening through the right shoulder. And releasing the left foot. Right arm reaches towards the sky as you lift your left knee off the ground. Find a simple twist here, really lifting through the left hip. And bringing your right hand to the inside of your right foot. And take an exhale as we straighten that right leg, bend into the left leg, left arm sweeps towards the sky. Get a nice stretch here. Inhale to runner's lunge, pressing down into our feet to float up, find a high lunge. Exhale, we drop the back foot, open up, warrior two. Inhale, flip the front palm, reverse a warrior. As we exhale, we straighten that right leg. Bring the right arm to the ground, left arm reaches high. Exhale. Now inhale to a runner's lunge. Step it back, high to low, your vinyasa. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Take a moment in your down dog. Let the energy settle, and then we'll be moving on to the left side. So when you're ready, inhale, come high into the balls of your feet. Bend the knees, bring your toes over to the right, heels over to the left. Get a nice stretch through your upper body. Inhale, we lengthen, come into a side plank. Right arm reaches across. Exhale, we lower the hips. Right arm reaches back. Inhale, we lengthen, lift the hips. Exhale, we lower. Once again, inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, we lower. And this time as we inhale, we plant the right palm down, pivot onto the balls of our feet, send the hips back to downward facing dog. Beautiful. Inhale, left leg reaches high towards the sky. Exhale, left knee to nose, tiger pose, flex the left foot, step it between your hands. Lower your right knee down, pressing into that right hand. We open up, reach the left arm behind us. See if you can bend into your right foot. Maybe even grab your right foot with your left hand, really opening up through the left shoulder. Get a nice stretch here, and then releasing that right leg. Left arm reaches towards the sky as you lift your left knee, right knee off the ground, really lifting through the right hip, so squaring the hips off, and bringing your left hand to the inside of your left foot. As we exhale, we straighten our left leg, bending into our right knee, right arm reaches towards the sky. Inhale to runner's lunge, pressing down into our feet to float up and find a high lunge. Exhale, drop the back heel, open up, warrior two. So left knee over left ankle, drawing outwards. Inhale, we flip the front palm, reverse our warrior, and as we exhale, we straighten that left leg, bend into the right knee, left arm to the ground, right arm towards the sky. Find a nice stretch here. Exhale to a runner's lunge, step it back, high to low, your vinyasa. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful, yogis. Either stay in downward facing dog or lower your hips down. Find child's pose, whatever you need right now. We have one round of flow, moving through it a little bit faster. Now you know where we're going, so hoping to make it a bit more fluid, and then we have some nice stretches at the end. So take this time here to let the energy settle, and when you're ready, slowly make your way back into downward facing dog. Moving on with round two of our flow. So inhale, come high onto the balls of your feet. Exhale, bend your knees, sink the hips back, find a nice stretch here. Inhale, come all the way forward into a side plank. Exhale, we lower the hips, reach the left arm back. Inhale, we come forward. This time, right back into our plank, sending the hips back, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg towards the sky. Exhale, tiger pose, right knee to nose, flex the foot, step it through, lower your left knee down, reaching the right arm behind, Maybe grabbing that left foot, finding a monkey stretch here. Releasing the left foot, right arm reaches towards the sky. As you lift your left knee off the ground, find your simple twist. Exhale, bringing your right hand down to the ground, straightening out that right foot, bending into the left. Left arm reaches towards the sky. Inhale, runner's lunge, top of the mat, pressing down into your feet. Float up to a high lunge. Exhale, drop the back heel, open up, warrior two. Inhale, flip the front palm, reverse a warrior. As we exhale, we straighten the right leg, bend the left one. Left arm reaches towards the sky. Inhale, runner's lunge to the top of the mat. Exhale, step it back, high to low, your vinyasa. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful yogis. Moving on to the left side right away. So inhale, come high onto the balls of your feet. Exhale, bend the knees, sink the hips back, toes to your right, heels to your left. Get a nice stretch here. Inhale, come all the way forward into your side plank. Exhale, drop the hips, right arm reaches back. Inhale, we lift. Come right back into our plank, sending the hips back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg high towards the sky. Exhale, left knee to nose, tiger pose. Flex the left foot, step it between your hands, releasing the right knee down to the ground. Left arm reaches to the back. Maybe you grab your right foot, finding a nice monkey stretch here. Opening through the left shoulder and releasing your right foot to the ground. Left arm reaches towards the sky as you lift that left knee off the ground. Bring your left hand down to the inside of your left foot. And then as you exhale, you straighten that left leg, bend into the right one, right arm reaches towards the sky. Inhale to a runner's lunge, squaring off to center, pressing down into your feet to float up, high lunge. Exhale, drop the back heel, open up, warrior two. Inhale, we flip the front palm, reverse a warrior, straighten the left leg, bend into the right knee, opening up, right arm towards the sky. Inhale to a runner's lunge, step it back, purely optional vinyasa, high to low. Inhale, dog or cobra, and exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful yogis. Lower your knees to the ground, send your hips back, find child's pose. Take this as an opportunity to slow things down. Gonna move on to some nice stretches now. Come back to your intention. And when you're ready, slowly make your way back into a downward facing dog. Pedal out the feet once more. And then come high onto the balls of your feet, bend the knees, gaze between your hands, and then step or float through to seated. So, we're gonna bring feet out wide. So let's start with the right foot inside your left thigh. Bring your left arm to the floor. Inhale. Your right arm reaches up and across. Get a nice side stretch here. Really opening through the right shoulder. And as you inhale, come all the way up. Bring your right hand behind you on the ground. And see if you can lift your hips off the ground, really opening through the heart here. Lowering the hips down, straightening out that right leg. Bring the left leg in, so left foot inside your right thigh. Right forearm down to the ground. And with an inhale, reach your left arm across towards your right foot. The aim is not to reach the foot. The aim is to opening up, stretching the upper body. Just enjoy this nice side stretch here. And then the next inhale brings you back up. Bring your left hand behind you. Sweep that right arm around as you lift your hips off the ground. Finding this wild thing variation here. And lowering your hips down. Facing the top of your mat if you weren't already. We're just going to lower ourselves all the way down onto our backs, hugging our knees into our chest, giving ourselves a nice squeeze. And then allow the left leg to go long. Maybe shimmer slightly over to the right as you draw your right knee over to your left hand side. Cactusing through the right arm, gaze over your right shoulder. Try to keep both shoulders connected to the ground. Slowly coming back to center, hugging both knees into your chest again. Then allowing the right leg to go long. Shimmy ever so slightly over to the left as you draw your left knee across your body, cactusing through the left arm. Gaze over your left shoulder. Trying to keep both shoulders grounded to the floor. Really surrendering into this twist. And slowly coming back to center, hugging both knees into your chest again, giving yourself one big squeeze. Bring your nose towards your knees, flexing every single muscle in your body. For 3, for 2, for 1, and exhale. Release everything down to the ground. Find your final relaxation pose. Find your Shavasana. controlling your breath. If you have the time, stay as long as you need in your Shavasana. Otherwise, I'm gonna end this video right here. Thank you for practicing with me today. I really hope to see you again tomorrow. I hope you enjoyed the flow. Always in gratitude for you and this practice. Namaste.